No, again. We have in recent years seen Regency England and also the Victorian period in this country filled with black and Asian characters whenever a drama is made which is set during those times in English history. It has become known as the Bridgeton effect, for obvious reasons. Many people don't like it, but there it is. This kind of thing has been done with several adaptations of Wuthering Heights as well, with black or mixed race men being cast as Heathcliff. Irritating? Certainly, but simply the way things are now. However, we have now reached the point where it is suggested that casting a white man as Heathcliff is racist. It's a case of whitewashing, because the character really was meant to be black. A new film of Wuthering Heights is due to be released on Valentine's Day, and it stars an Australian actor called Jacob Elordi as Heathcliff. He may be seen in the thumbnail to this video. As soon as the casting was announced a couple of years ago, there were complaints because a black person was not given the role, and this discontent has grown as the time for the film to be released approaches. I give a link in the description to this video to a piece about this business. People are honestly annoyed about Heathcliff being played by a white man because they have been brainwashed and indoctrinated into believing that he actually was black in the original novel. This is so weird as to be almost beyond belief. He was certainly described as a dark-looking white person, but white he certainly was, as various passages in the book make absolutely and unambiguously clear. We find this in chapter 3. Heathcliff stood near the entrance in his shirt and trousers, with a candle dripping over his fingers and his face as white as the wall behind him. Has anybody ever in their life seen a black man or a mixed race person or Asian whose face went as white as a whitewashed wall? No? In chapter 34 we read, Heathcliff stood at the open door. He was pale and he trembled, yet certainly he had a strange joyful glitter in his eyes that altered the aspect of his whole face. Has anybody ever heard of a pale black man? Or indeed one with mixed race? In the same chapter we read the following. I cannot express what a terrible start I got for the momentary view, those deep black eyes, that smile and ghastly paleness. It appeared to me not Mr. Heathcliff, but a goblin. Ghastly paleness. Does this sound like a person of colour? I don't think so. In the description to this video, I also give a link to an online version of Wuthering Heights so that viewers might check this for themselves. The man who appears as Heathcliff in the new film, like Heathcliff as described in the book, has dark hair and dark eyes, but is also, like Heathcliff, white. We have now reached the point in the perversion of our history and culture that it is not enough to see a famous English novel appropriated as a vehicle for black actors, but we stand accused of racism if we try to make a version which is actually true to the book. Incredibly, those making and starring in this film are apologetic and try to defend themselves for the sin of casting a white lead in one of the most famous English novels of all time. A strange state of affairs indeed, and I can't help wondering when we became such a craven bunch, unwilling to stand up firmly for our own cultural heritage.